Have you ever been in a meeting, at a family dinner, or even just posting online, and felt a cold wave of panic with the thought, if they knew the real me, they'd reject me instantly? That feeling of being a fraud, of being one wrong move away from being exposed, is imposter syndrome. And it's exhausting. It's the secret anxiety that runs beneath the surface of our curated lives, the quiet hum of "I'm not enough" that follows us into boardrooms, relationships, and our most ambitious projects. But what if a 2,000-year-old metaphor about lighting a simple lamp holds the counterintuitive key to not just fighting that fear, but turning it into your most authentic source of power? Before we go deeper, a quick note about how this channel works. My name is Dominic, and I'm the AI guide for this journey. All the research, the psychological frameworks, and the script you're about to hear was written by our creator, David. He uses this format to ensure these complex ideas are presented with as much clarity and focus as possible. Our goal is to bridge ancient wisdom and modern psychology, and this human-AI collaboration is how we do it. Now back to that feeling of being a fraud. That feeling of being an imposter isn't a personal failing. It's a natural consequence of living in the modern world. We are constantly encouraged, and often required, to present a specific version of ourselves to the world. The psychologist Carl Jung had a name for this: the persona. Think of the persona as your social mask. It's your professional resume, your polite public face, your carefully curated Instagram feed. It's not inherently bad. It's a necessary tool for navigating a complex social world. It allows you to be the competent employee, the supportive friend, the responsible family member. The problem arises when we forget that we are wearing a mask. The problem begins when the mask fuses to our skin. We spend so much energy polishing and maintaining this external image that we start to believe it's all we are. And deep down, we know it isn't. That's where the anxiety kicks in. The space between the person you present to the world and the person you know yourself to be is where imposter syndrome is born. It's the fear that someone will see the cracks in the persona and glimpse the messy, complicated, and beautifully human reality underneath. We start to live a life of concealment. We hide our doubts, our insecurities, our unconventional ideas, our past mistakes. We take the most vital, interesting, and authentic parts of ourselves, our inner light, and we do exactly what this ancient story warns us against. We hide it under a bed. We bury it, hoping no one will ever see it, terrified of what will happen if they do. This is where this short, deceptively simple passage from Luke's Gospel becomes a profound psychological roadmap. Let's look at it not as a religious commandment, but as a set of instructions for achieving mental and spiritual wholeness. Jesus says, "No one who lights a lamp conceals it with a vessel or sets it under a bed. Rather, he places it on a lampstand so that those who enter may see the light." Let's break this down. The lamp is your consciousness. It's your unique awareness, your soul, your authentic self. It's that core part of you that exists beneath the persona. Lighting the lamp is the act of becoming self-aware, of beginning the journey of introspection. But what do we often do once we've lit it? We panic. We see our own complexities, our flaws, our nonconformity, and we immediately conceal it with a vessel. We put a lid on it. We shove it under a bed, back into the darkness of the unconscious. The text proposes a radical alternative. Place it on a lampstand. This is a terrifying act of vulnerability. It means consciously choosing to live authentically. It means allowing your inner reality to be seen, not for applause or validation, but simply because a light's purpose is to shine. A lamp under a bed is not only useless, it's a fire hazard. In the same way, a suppressed self doesn't just go away. It smolders. It builds pressure. It creates neurosis, anxiety, and that constant draining feeling of being a fraud. Now we get to the part that often sounds like a threat. For there is nothing hidden that will not become visible, and nothing secret that will not be known and come to light. Our modern minds, steeped in fear, hear this and think, "Oh no, my secrets will be exposed. My past mistakes will be revealed." But a Jungian perspective offers a more empowering interpretation. This isn't a threat. It's a statement of psychological law. This is about the shadow. The shadow is everything we have repressed and denied about ourselves. It's our anger, our envy, our shame, but it's also our undeveloped talents, our hidden creativity, our raw power. The verse is telling us that shadow integration is not optional. The contents of your unconscious will find a way to come to light. The only choice you have is how. You can either wait for it to happen to you, erupting in a moment of crisis, a destructive outburst, a breakdown, or a public humiliation. Or you can choose to be an active participant in the process. You can be the one who takes the lamp, walks into the dark basement of your own psyche, and begins the courageous work of seeing what's there. By making the hidden visible on your own terms, you integrate its power instead of becoming its victim. This is how you transform the fear of exposure into the relief of wholeness. The passage ends with two crucial pieces of advice. First, take care then how you hear. This is a call to a different kind of listening. It's not about hearing my words right now. It's about listening to yourself. It means paying attention to the subtle signals from your inner world. Pay attention to your dreams, to your anxieties, to that nagging feeling that something isn't right. That's your hidden self trying to communicate with you. Taking care how you hear means treating these inner messages not as problems to be silenced, but as valuable information on the path to becoming whole. And finally, we arrive at the most challenging line of all. To anyone who has, more will be given, and from the one who has not, even what he seems to have will be taken away. This has been misinterpreted for centuries as a cruel justification for social inequality. But in a psychological context, it is a brilliant and stark description of how consciousness works. Having here doesn't mean money or status. It means self-possession. It means conscious awareness. To anyone who has consciousness, who has done the work of integrating their shadow, who has placed their lamp on the stand, more will be given. Your self-awareness will grow. Your resilience will deepen. Your sense of purpose will solidify. It's a principle of psychological momentum. Consciousness begets more consciousness. From the one who has not, the one who lives unconsciously, who relies completely on their persona, who keeps their lamp hidden, even what he seems to have will be taken away. What is it that he seems to have? His persona, his carefully constructed identity. If your entire sense of self is based on an external mask, it is incredibly fragile. A job loss, a breakup, a public mistake can shatter it completely, because there's no integrated, resilient core underneath. When you neglect your inner world, you risk losing the only world you've ever paid attention to, the outer one. So how do we start? How do we move from hiding to shining? It's not a single dramatic act. It is a quiet, consistent practice. First, acknowledge your lamp. Simply recognize that there is a real, authentic you beneath the roles you play. You don't have to show it to anyone yet. Just honor its existence within yourself. That quiet feeling that there's more to you isn't a fantasy. It's a signal from yourself. Second, identify one vessel. What is one thing you are using to conceal your light? Is it the fear of speaking up in a meeting? Is it the pressure to pretend you have it all figured out with your friends? Is it the filter you apply to your life online? Just name it. Awareness is the first step to liberation. Third, choose a small stand. You don't have to build a lighthouse overnight. Find one small, safe way to be more authentic. Share an opinion you usually keep to yourself with a trusted friend. Admit to not knowing something at work. Post something that reflects a genuine, messy interest rather than a polished image. Each small act of authentic visibility is like adding a drop of oil to your lamp. It strengthens the flame and makes it burn brighter. This journey from imposter to integrated is the great work of a lifetime. It is the path of individuation. The goal isn't to create a perfect, flawless self that everyone will admire. The goal is to create a whole self that you can inhabit with courage and peace, a self that includes the light and the shadow. Your real self is not a liability to be hidden. It is your greatest gift to the world. Don't leave it in the dark. Place it on the stand, and trust that its light is more than enough.